Was Daniel Radcliffe the biggest liar on set?
Comes around and goes, ah!
Why did Emma Watson upset her director? And did a woman named Maureen really play Hagrid? Find out as we dig into these hilarious Harry Potter bloopers. And for this round, it's kids versus adults.
I have a terrible facial hair problem.
Daniel Radcliffe might have played the boy who lived, you know, a hero and all, but did you know that he was more like a Slytherin behind the scenes?
A good liar.
You're what?
A good liar.
Don't admit that. Is that why you're a good actor?
Yes.
Daniel was prone to telling fibs. Then he had the audacity to deny any wrongdoing. Tell me that isn't deceptive Slytherin behaviour.
I'm just being nice to people because you are filming me. Nothing.
Care to come clean and admit that you were acting like a rascal, Daniel? Come on, no one will be mad.
I'm an angel. I'm an angel.
Quick, someone call Dolores Umbridge and tell her to bring the black quill. This kid is out of control.
Because you know, deep down, you deserve to be punished.
Still, you have to admire Daniel in a way. The filmmakers tried to humiliate the young wizard and he was more than happy to just roll with the punches. For example, do you remember that scene that time he had to wear women's clothing in the first Deathly Hallows movie?
Bill, look away. I'm hideous.
Here's how it went down behind the scenes.
Bill, look away. I'm hideous.
Actually, that scene might have given young Daniel an ego.
That was one of the things I was delighted about, was how good I looked in the first costume. I look fantastic in women's clothing. And I was like, yeah, man, I look good. I look a rock star. So I was quite pleased.
It wasn't all fun and games on Harry Potter, though. Much like Hermione, Emma Watson was always taking tests. And let's just say they weren't a hoot like the OWL exams.
I'm having a teeth test.
What test?
Teeth test. Teeth test.
Okay, Emma, you know the drill. Get it? Drill? Because dentists have drills? Never mind. Just take the test again.
Teeth test. Teeth test.
It seems that Emma passed the teeth test with flying colours, but did she receive a plaque as a reward? Of course, Emma probably wanted nice teeth so she could smile at her favourite hunky boy. Emma was head over heels in love with Tom Felton back in the day, but that didn't stop her from slapping him, and he was more than happy to return the favour. Come to think of it, kids slapping each other was just a part of everyday life on the Harry Potter set. So maybe Tom and Emma just succumbed to peer pressure in order to be part of the cool gang. It's hilarious to see Emma goofing around. I mean, Hermione is such a serious know-it-all.
How is it she knows everything?
But it turns out that Emma wasn't as academically gifted as her character.
I've never been top of the class, and I've never read loads of books. I've always been totally the opposite, really.
You can say that again, Emma. You'd never catch Hermione doing this.
This is unbelievable. Emma Watson, on the phone, on set. On the bed. On the bed. With her shoes on.
And that's how you annoy your boss. Speaking of miscreants, young Rupert Grint was also full of surprises. Because he played Ron for so many years, we all think of him as some laid-back airhead who's addicted to snacking.
There's chocolate and peppermint, and there's also spinach, liver and tripe.
However, the real Rupert was sophisticated and posh back in the day. But much like Harry and Ron's relationship, his behind-the-scenes performances were upstaged by Daniel Radcliffe.
Listen, Dimples woman, we know you're in a hurry.
But can we have please everything that is on your trolley?
But let's not go thinking that Rupert Grint wasn't always trying to act with grace. In fact, he was actually a nightmare to work with at times. But what did he do to annoy his co-stars?
Rupert finds everything funny.
Basically, Rupert couldn't get through a take without losing it. And that ain't an exaggeration either. He laughed at everything.
He does it all the time, and you'll ask him, what will you laugh at? And he goes, I don't know.
Him once he starts, and apparently he's done that since day one.
Rupert couldn't even get his game face on for the more serious moments. For example, here's Ron acting intimidating and being a good friend to Harry.
Has anyone else got a problem with Harry?
Now watch as Rupert was a terrible friend to a film crew that just wanted to finish the scene and go home for the day.
You just shut your mouth. I do. Just shut your mouth.
Heck, he even burst into a giggle fit following his gross moment.
Ron, say something.
And
At the end of the day, the kids were alright. Unfortunately, some of the adults had to deal with personal issues. And this brings us to the story of the bearded lady. In a surprising turn of events, a woman who looked exactly like Hagrid showed up to the Harry Potter set and opened up about the problems she'd been having with hair growth.
My name's Maureen, and I have a terrible facial hair problem. I've tried absolutely everything. I've tried creams, I've tried jellies.
But do you know what's even worse than that predicament? Having a spouse that doesn't support you through sickness and health till death do us part.
My husband is threatening to leave me. If he really loved me, he wouldn't mind a little facial hair, I'm sure, but he's being very, very difficult.
Okay, you almost fooled us, Mr. Cottray. You fancied yourself as a bit of a comedian, didn't you? Maybe that's why you kept screwing up your lines.
Hey, Tom.
1,000, take one.
Was that 1,000? Well, hey! Do I smell champagne? Irate.
Still, when it came to adults acting like adolescent pranksters, you won't find any who are more mischievous than the dastardly duo of Alan Rickman and Michael Gambon. They even brought their own fart machine to the Prisoner of Azkaban set, and they let that bad boy rip.
In our dreams, we enter completely our own world.
Of course, it's entirely possible that they'd been serving spicy food for dinner in the Great Hall that night, because the farts just kept coming.
And we like to swim in the deepest waters.
Now, get ready for a huge surprise. Did you know that Maggie Smith and Imelda Staunton aren't as scary as Professor McGonagall and Dolores Umbridge in real life? And while their characters weren't fond of each other, both actresses shared some laughs together backstage.
Blah, 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 blah. Disloyalty.
Oh. I don't think I can get it. Oh. Disloyalty.
If only Maggie had as much fun working with Rupert Grint. She was tasked with helping the young actor find his footing for the Yule Ball scene in The Goblet of Fire, and he definitely didn't make life easy for the veteran actress.
I had to try to teach Rupert to dance the other day. That was pretty strenuous.
However, it wasn't all bad for Maggie. She got to dance with the dashing Michael Gambon, but the pleasure was all his.
And at one point I have to lift her up high like that and she slides back down. That's one of my favourite bits.
How adorable. It almost makes you wish that Professor McGonagall and Dumbledore entered Dancing with the Stars. Unfortunately, they weren't the best dancers in the wizarding world. No, sir. That honour goes to Mark Williams and Julie Walters, aka Arthur and Molly Weasley. Check out these sweet moves and tell me they aren't hip and trendy.
We were there, kid. Last time.
So, what have we learned from this lesson, people? Well, I think it's fair to say that the adults of Harry Potter were just as immature as the kids. But we wouldn't have it any other way. If you want to see more misbehaviour from the Hogwarts gang, be sure to check out our video on the most hilarious behind-the-scenes pranks. Or maybe you want to see how some of the franchise's funniest bloopers compare to the actual scenes. If that's the case, we have you covered. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stay awesome.